Good afternoon. We're here today to highlight some relatively good news, particularly as it relates to our most historic area, St. George's. As you can see, I am joined by the Mayor of St. George's, Mr. Garth Rothwell, St. George's constituency MP and former St. George's Mayor, Mr. Kenneth Bascom, and area MPs Nandi Atterbridge and Suzanne Roberts-Halshauser. I also have with me today other members of the Council, Courtney Trott, who is the Secretary to the Council, and Aldermans Richardson and Hollis. Thank you for joining us today. Each of these individuals have been fierce advocates in recent years and months for the historical area. I want to thank in particular MP Baskin and MP Atterbridge for their continued work in the constituency and their care and concern for the old town, which has helped the cause for St. George's tremendously. One of this government's pledges when coming to office was to ensure that we did all we can to assist in the revitalisation of St. George's. We recognised that it was important to work with the Corporation of St. George's to protect the special historical qualities of the town and commit adequate funds to marketing St. George's as a World Heritage Site. Another one of our goals was to re-establish a close working partnership between the government and the corporation to ensure its viability as a municipality. While the Corporation of St. George's has been in receipt of $1.2 million in grants from the government over the previous years, it is no secret that the old town has faced its share of challenges in recent months and years in meeting their operational costs. This wasn't the only concerns that they have faced. They have struggled with infrastructural issues due to years of neglect and lack of planning. They have seen a decline in tourism and because of a lack of a dedicated cruise ship. And they have seen some of their businesses close up shop because of the economic crisis. As the Minister responsible for municipalities, I have made it my personal commitment to keep the communication lines open with the Mayor of St. George's, as well as the area MPs who represent St. George's, to try and find solutions to address their most pressing issues. And one of the ways that we agreed on how government could immediately assist was by facilitating a capital injection to the corporation. So today I am pleased to present the Mayor of St. George's with a cheque in the amount of $750,000. Thank you very much. Thank you. $500,000 will assist in the Corporation of St. George's operational expenses, while $250,000 of the funds will go directly towards urgent needed repairs and upgrades to the King Square's bathrooms in time for the 2014 tourism season. I also think it's important to highlight this government understands that cash flow to the corporation must be sustained, hence our desire to provide continued financial support via the UNESCO Fund and the collection of wharfage fees. So effective 1st of April, the Corporation of St. George's will begin collecting wharfage fees. We anticipate that the financial boost from this will amount to $2 million or more. Additionally, monies collected from the UNESCO Fund will assist St. George's greatly. This comes into effect around early summer, and it is anticipated that this will result in added revenue of approximately $500,000 for the old town. So without question, this represents a tremendous windfall for St. George's. As I've said, and I think it bears repeating, St. George's is one of our historical beacons. It occupies a unique place as part of Bermuda's heritage. It was the site of the island's first settlement, and in the last decade it has garnered the distinguished status of being named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It was once a place bustling with tourists, commerce and cruise ships, and the government is working hard to see St. George's restored to those heights once again. I am pleased to say that today's grant is a demonstration of our solid commitment to St. George's. It's a demonstration that we listen and fulfill our promises. It's also an excellent demonstration of the fact that if the parties can come together in the spirit of partnership and collaboration, positive and fruitful results can and will occur, which will ultimately benefit the people of Bermuda. Thank you very much. Let me get a shot with me. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I have to introduce Mayor Garth Rothwell as well. He's got a few remarks.
Thank you. Good afternoon. As Mayor of St. George's, I would like to thank Minister Fay for championing our request for funds to allow us to continue to operate until May, when our wharfage payments become due once again following the recent changes to the Municipality Act. The Corporation of St. George's has already purchased a new trash truck and pickup truck to replace the existing equipment, which in our case was over 13 years old and on its last legs. Next week, work will start on replacing two nasty holes that have existed in our wharfs for a very long time. We expect to receive planning approval this week to allow us to proceed to upgrade the bathrooms on the town square. These are kept extremely clean by our dedicated staff. but are dated and not worthy of a World Heritage Site. This funding will mean that this essential upgrade can proceed in the next couple of weeks. Also, next week, the corporation intends to continue discussions with the developer of the marina, and we thank the Minister for his support with these negotiations. The corporation is working on a 5-year plan to tackle other concerns with our aging infrastructure and projects to enhance the town for both our residents and our visitors. This plan will provide the information necessary to facilitate a rebalancing of the budget in the next few years in favour of St. George's, which has not received its fair share of funding for far too many years. This now looks as if it's being corrected. So once again, thank you for this check. It's going to be an immense support, and we thank you for your continued support. And we will say to Bermuda, we intend to spend this well in St. George's with a well-thought-out plan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Minister, if you can just take the podium. We have a
Do you have any
few moments for
questions?
some questions from the media. Gareth, would you like to start? Not off the top of your head. Charles,
Minister, I just wanted to know, where does the old police station factor into all this spending?
Well, the government has committed to reopening the St. George's Police Station in full. At the moment, it is open on a limited basis. But again, that's something that will have to be worked in with the Ministry of National Security. The monies that are being received today, as I've said, are, one, in terms of operational costs. The St. George's has been underfunded for a long time. Last year, the St. George's Council was in an unfortunate position of having to request further funds just to run their operations, and we gave some money last year. Hopefully what this does, it gets St. George's to a place that they can, to their general operations, get those upgrades done that I've mentioned, with the intent that once the wharfage kicks in and UNESCO, then they should be self-sufficient in terms of no requirement for further government grants. Police station will be separate and distinct with national security.
Minister, just a point of clarification.
Mhm.
The $750,000 that came from the UNESCO fund, or money will come out of the UNESCO fund going forward?
No, this is the one-off grant that we can get and give to the corporation to get them to the next step, which is the next budget session. The UNESCO funds will be dedicated towards UNESCO issues. And actually we're going to be working on some guidelines in respect of that as well, so that that money's directed for UNESCO-related projects. Wharfage can then be used of approximately $2 million to be used for operational costs and anything else that the council decides is necessary for St. George's. The intent is to make St. George's self-sufficient without reliance on us for grants. They're an elected council to do just that, and that is to run the town of St. George's.